Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Saira and you are watching SaiLOG. In today's video, I want to share some information about a Hong Kong Ph.D. fellowship with you guys. HKPF is actually the abbreviation of Hong Kong Ph.D. fellowship. So even though I'm not an HKPF holder, I'm still asked a lot of questions about its application process and about its other aspects. HKPF is offered by Hong Kong Research Grants Council, RGC, and this fellowship aims to provide support to the students from all over the world who enroll in PhD programs in 8 government universities in Hong Kong. So here is the list of those universities, and also I'll be giving the links in the description below, and you can click on those links and you can visit the websites of those individual universities. The normal duration of HKPF is 3 years. If someone's PhD exceeds to the 4th year, university is bound to support him or her for that year as well. Moving on to the amount of the fellowship award, it's about 25,600 Hong Kong dollars per month. In all of these universities, at least the first year of tuition fee is waived. For example, in University of Hong Kong, the tuition fee for the first whole year, which is the 2 semesters, the application fee is waived. However, in universities, for example, in PolyU, tuition fee is waived throughout the duration of the degree. For your information, tuition fee for 1 semester is 21,050 Hong Kong dollars, and for a whole year is 42,100 Hong Kong dollars, which is a lot of amount, and it's great that it is waived for HKPF holders. Besides that amount, the scholars are also supported for conference travel, the research related activities, for example, data collection, etc. You may ask that why I'm making this video this early, since the application process will start on September 1st. It's not that early actually. It's June already, and there's only like July, August and September. It's only 2.5 months until the commencement of application process. So this is the right time. Do not be late. This is very appropriate time that you start doing this. The pre-application process comprises of several steps, where you have to decide which university you want to apply in. You have to visit the university websites, find the faculty members that have similar interests as you. You have to send them an email, and you have to discuss with them the possibilities of a PhD position and of working with them in their research lab. So this is a very lengthy process, where some professor may reply you, someone may not reply you, and even if you get the reply, you may not be an appropriate candidate once they discuss all the situation with you. So these are different kind of outcomes that will affect the whole process. So that is why it is very important that you start the application process this early. For pre-application process, you should have started correspondence with a faculty member. You should have started collecting your academic documents, and also you should have your recommendation letters prepared. You should have your research proposal prepared. The requirements for HKPF include good IELTS or TOEFL results. For some of the programs, they accept English language proficiency certificate, but in other programs, for example, in my program, which is related to speech and language sciences, they do not accept a proficiency letter. In that case, you have to submit your results of IELTS or TOEFL. For IELTS, it has to be at least 6.5 total band, and for each individual area it has to be at least 6. So let's take a look on their website. This is the website of HKPF, and if you look here, the application process opens on 1st December every year, and it closes on December 1st. However, the application deadline can vary depending on the individual universities. This is the list of 8 government universities in Hong Kong. So for example, for City University and Hong Kong Baptist University, the deadline is 1st December. However, the Ling University accepted applications until 2nd December. Talking about the process of the application, when the application opens on December 1st, you have to submit an initial application on the HKPF website. After that, you will be provided an application reference number. You have to save this reference number and then proceed to submitting the full application on the individual university website or websites, and you will be asked to input or to enter this reference number during your application, and you have to do all these steps before December 1st. Let's take a look on the first step of the application submission. First of all, you are asked to go through these detailed notes about the fellowship scheme. The initial application is composed of the following 4 sections: the personal particulars, the choice of university, the authorization and declaration, and the source of information. Since this application is allowed to be submitted only once by each applicant, you have to be very careful while submitting it. If someone submits a second application or more than one application, he or she may be disqualified even after being nominated by a university to compete for HKPF award. So here it is mentioned that upon the submission of initial application, you will be provided an HKPFS reference number, and you have to be very careful to save this reference number, because you will be needing it while submitting the admission application on the university website. In this application, each applicant can select up to 2 universities maximum, and they allow to change these choices until the deadline. So after completing the application, applicants have to submit a full application. For example, student chooses a CTU or PolyU, which is the Polytechnic University of Hong Kong. He or she will select these universities in the initial application, and then after the submission and getting the reference number, he or she is required to proceed to the individual websites of these universities. Okay, now the most important question that I got asked about the application fee. So RDC does not charge any application fee for HKPF application. However, universities may charge application or other processing fees, and yes, you have to pay that application fee. And as far as I know, this fee can be paid via a credit card or via a bank draft. Maybe fee is non-refundable. So regardless of whether you get the admission or not, this application fee will not be returned. Okay, so back to the main website. Let's click on the initial application. So they again will prompt to read the detailed notes for application. Click on the initial fellowship form. There are the notes again. Since we are seeing a version of last year and this year the applications have not opened yet, when we click the initial application form, we see that the scheme is closed right now. For your information, I want to tell you that this application consists of just one page, and it collects information about your personal particulars, about the choice of universities you want to apply in. So talking about the eligibility, you have to be a new full-time PhD student who intends to apply in 8 government universities. Now this is really important, that the applicant should demonstrate outstanding qualities of academic performance, research ability, communication and interpersonal skills, and leadership experience. So these things are really important. This shows that other than an excellent academic profile, the applicants also need extracurricular experience on their resume. Let's assume that you have submitted your initial application and you have submitted your final application before the deadline. After that, many applicants have no idea what happens. So once you submit your application, these applications are actually with your respective universities. For example, you have submitted your application to PolyU. So these applications will be sorted out and ranked by the departmental committee. For example, there were like 10 applicants. The departmental committee will then conduct the interviews, the initial interviews. The interview is generally about the aspects that were not clarified in your application and they want to know more After those interviews, they will consider your application, your academic documents, your interview results, and they will rank in a hierarchy all those 10 applicants, and they will forward this hierarchy to the faculty. And then, for example, you are in faculty of engineering, they will take all their respective departments. For example, there were 10 nominations from civil engineering, there were 10 nominations from mechanical engineering, etc. And they will take these, and according to scores, they will arrange. There may be a second level interview, but the people I talked to, they just had one interview by the departmental. These nominations are then forwarded by the university to HKPF committee. For example, you made it up till then, and you are in the top applicants at that point, and you are in the list of nominations that is forwarded by the university to RGC, which is the Research Grants Council of Hong Kong. Then at that time you are expected to receive an email of confirmation that you are nominated for HKPF. At this point, RGC has a condition set for all respective universities that, for example, if they are nominating a candidate for HKPF, even if he or she is not a final receiver of HKPF, the university will offer them a postgraduate scholarship instead, which is offered at a lower amount and with less benefits. But at that time, if you are within those nominations, it means that you will get admission and you will at least receive a postgraduate scholarship. This process actually gets completed around, I think, January, mid-January or end of January, in normal circumstances. In pandemic, it may have taken longer. After that, RGC takes the research profiles from all 8 universities and then assesses them. You should expect to receive some results around, I think, April, mid-April or end of April. Congratulations if you receive the offer for PGS, or if you are final receiver of HKPF. It's a very, very prestigious fellowship. Last year, I think the number of seats available was 250 worldwide, but now it's about 300 seats worldwide. So it's a huge privilege to get this fellowship, because it's a very, very generous amount, even for Hong Kong, which is a very expensive city to live in. So that's about it. If you have any questions about this whole process, you can post those questions in the comments below. I will be posting all these relevant links in the description below, and I want to say that please subscribe to my channel. I'm not very good at asking people to do this, but I have decided that I will ask. I have seen the channel analytics, and more than 70% of people who watch my videos are not subscribers. So please do click on this like and subscribe button, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get the updates whenever I post. You can ask me questions about general life in Hong Kong, about how to apply. If I'm a speech pathologist, you can ask me a question about that, and I will be very happy to answer that. For the upcoming videos, I'm thinking that I will make a video on what is the difference between Hong Kong PhD fellowship and the postgraduate scholarship, because I get asked these questions very often by the people who are considering these, and how much difference does it make for the people who have families and who want to come alone. So I'm thinking to make a video on that, and if you are interested, you know what to do. So until then, take care.